Hello and welcome to the Sacrilege how-to video for the XT-002 Deconstructor. I'm Arkham, I'm the leader of Sacrilege, and I'm going to be walking you through the simplest and easiest way to handle this boss. Positioning is the key element to this fight if you want to take a lot of the work out of this. What you'll want to do is you'll want to pull the boss to either the left or the right side of the room, and you're going to want to tank him close to the wall between two of the junk piles. I'll explain the reasoning for that a little later in the video. The next thing that you need to make sure is that everyone in your raid maintains a 15-yard distance between each other. There are a couple of abilities that this boss has. You're going to see them sailing through the air and striking various people. There's a kind of a dark purple colored bolt that you just saw flying across the room. That is a gravity bomb. It's going to strike someone, and when it goes off, anyone who's within 12 yards of them will be pulled into them and damage will be dealt. The lighter colored bolt that you just saw flying through the air is a light bomb, and when that strikes someone, it will begin to damage them and anyone within 10 yards of them. By maintaining a 15-yard distance between yourself and everyone else, you are only being damaged yourself when struck with that, and you are not causing damage to anyone else in the raid, thus making your healers' lives more simple. The third ability that the XT uses is the Tympanic Tantrum. The Tympanic Tantrum is a channeled ability that will hit you for 80% of your maximum health throughout the course of that channel. It's when he begins to strike the ground repeatedly and it looks like he's tearing up the ground in front of him. That ability in and of itself is not particularly devastating. It's not that life-threatening. It's easy to heal through. The problem for your healers is when he does the Tympanic Tantrum and you have people in your raid who are affected by gravity bombs and light bombs. So, if you're standing too close and you're causing additional damage to people, you're really wreaking a lot of havoc on your healers that just doesn't need to be there. What we're doing right now is what's called a heart phase. The heart phase occurs at 75%, at 50%, and at 25%. What's going on here is that we're DPSing the heart. The heart takes double damage, and that damage is applied to the boss himself. Your objective is to do as much damage as humanly possible without killing the heart unless you want to activate hard mode. In order to get the achievement for the 205-second speed kill, you essentially need to go from heart mode to heart mode to heart mode to death. The other thing that he's going to be doing while you're DPSing the heart is the sparks that you saw flying around the room striking the junk piles are going to spawn adds. The reason that we have him positioned over here to the side of the room between two of these junk piles is that by positioning him like this, we've cut him off from being able to summon adds from the two closest junk piles to him. If you were to tank him in the center of the room or near the stairs where he initially starts out when you enter the room, then he'll actually spawn adds from all four corners. So by positioning to the sides, you're taking out two of his add spawn locations and you're cutting the difficulty in half. The adds that you're seeing walking across the screen right now are scrap bots. If the scrap bots reach him, each one can heal him for 5%. Obviously, these are a high priority to kill because if you do not kill them, then you're going to prolong the fight and you're going to create a mana drain for your healers and for your caster DPS. The second type of add you're going to see walking on the screen here eventually, and it's a giant walking bomb. The bomb that walks on the screen is actually going to blow up next to one of the DPS there, the mage Adamord, and it's going to do a pretty significant amount of damage. You see it coming into the screen right now, and as it explodes, numerous people went down in health. You want to make certain that you're taking out those bombs at range before they reach the group, for the reasons that you just saw. The third type of add you're going to see entering the screen a little bit later into the fight, and that's an assault bot. The assault bots your DPS will completely ignore, your off-tank will pick them up, and your off-tank is going to hold them throughout the encounter. If any are spawned during the first heart phase, odds are good that they'll be killed by your off-tank by the time the encounter is over and done with. Any of them that are still up after the boss has been killed will despawn. There goes one right now, as a matter of fact, which just got picked up by Ametha, our paladin off-tank. This encounter is pretty fun, and it's relatively simple as long as you understand the mechanics of it. The key thing here is knowing how to position your raid members and how to position the boss so that you're not overworking yourself. You see the boss died, you see those two ads just died as well. As long as you maintain your 15 yards between each other, as long as you keep the boss between two of the junk piles, you are going to make a much, much easier encounter out of this for yourselves. I hope that the information that we've presented here is helpful and beneficial to you, and I hope that by seeing the positioning strategy for the sides of the room in action, it's going to help you to have more successful, easier raids. Thanks, have a great day.